called get out of bed, because you're not going to make any money while you're lying in bed. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. We need to get out of bed. Everybody needs to get out of bed. And what is bed? Blame. Number one reason why people don't make as much money as what they should. Whenever they don't make money, whenever they lose money, whenever they fail to take action, whenever they fail to succeed, very easy to blame someone else. It was his fault. She didn't do it properly. Somebody else, my competitor, did this. They made a phone call. They had more contacts than me. They knew more information than me. Number two, the thing that will prevent you from making lots and lots of money is you can have money or you can have excuses. I say to my kids, you can make progress or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. Everybody who has failed to get from point A to point B has got a million excuses why they couldn't do it. And they'll be happy to give you other examples of other people who couldn't do it. Anybody ever heard of Roger Bannister? First man in history to run the 4-minute mile. Now, thousands of years ago, we're talking the Romans in the Colosseum, after the Greek athletes couldn't do it. The Romans in the Colosseum offered huge, massive prizes to anybody who could run the mile in under 4 minutes. Because they were close, they're just 4 minutes and a bit, you know. Anybody who can break that barrier, we'll give you gold, we'll give you wives, we'll give you whatever you want, just do it. And nobody did it. And then because they were the Romans and they had the Colosseum and they could, they're like, we'll get the fastest runner and we'll put him here and we'll put 2 tigers right here and we'll put a bear right there and then we'll set him off. And guess what? He got eaten. And he didn't break the 4-minute mile. They tried everything. Dangling the carrot, the gold, jewels, big stick behind them, gladiators behind them, swords, chariots, horses chasing them, everything to get someone to run the 4-minute mile. In the 1800s, when we had the science, and the guys who would actually chop up dead bodies and find out the muscle mass of the man as opposed to the muscle mass of the horse and the height weight scale, and they said, it's impossible because of this. It's impossible because of that. In the 1900s, when we were looking at hormones, no, the glycogen levels, it's impossible for a man to do that. It's scientifically impossible. At 4,000 years, it was impossible. Except for one guy who was too stupid to believe the scientists, too stupid to believe thousands of years of people who had tried and failed. And in 1954, Roger Bannister ran the mile in under 4 minutes. He just did it because he was too stupid to realise that he couldn't. The next year, how many people ran the mile in under 4 minutes? The next year, 10 more people. And ever since then, there's been hundreds and thousands of athletes who have managed to do it. It's just a belief system. Everybody else had a whole pile of excuses. Last one, get out of denial. Denial, the longest river in the world. Biggest, widest thing ever, denial. Where you will find people who are like 5 foot tall, 6 foot round, and they say, I've got a thyroid problem, or it's McDonald's fault. It's not my fault. This is in my genes. But if you take that same person and you lock them away in a concentration camp and you feed them a bowl of porridge and nothing else every day for 90 days, you'll find they get very skinny. It's nothing to do with their genes, it's nothing to do with, maybe it's a bit to do with McDonald's, nothing to do with the thyroid condition. Denial.
Isn't it the same as blame?
Blame?
Yeah, denial is the same as blame.
Blame is when you're externalising and saying it's the government's fault, it's this person's fault, it's whatever. This is basically just saying, look, I'm denying what's actually true. You know. Now some of these guys, you know, when Mamusi got his petrol station and started to make $1,000 a month, he'd say, well, I'm doing pretty good. Now his goal when he was young, he's like, I want to have $1 million. Right? Now he's got something like 170 million or whatever it is. But he could get to that stage and go, I'm comfortable now. You know, he could actually deny what his goal was, what his mission was. Say, well, I'm doing a lot better than this guy and this guy and this guy. And you can actually justify it. But denial, there's a lot of people in denial. And it's often about weight, money, relationships, whatever is not working in their life. And as an outsider, you can look at someone else and go, gee, your relationship's not real healthy. And they'll say, yes, it is. In fact, it's better than my mother's relationship, or it's better than somebody else. They can always compare themselves to someone who's really, really bad. You know, I'm chubby, but I'm not as big as that guy over there. I'm poor, but I'm not as poor as that person over there. And they'll have a million reasons to justify it and deny it. And you'll actually spend a lot of emotional energy working on your favourite story rather than actually changing it.